G'day cocktail lover, what can I get for you today?
Well, friends keep trying to get me into Campari drinks like a Negroni or a Boulevardier, and I just can't enjoy them. Yeah, they're a bit much with the bitterness, aren't they? Yeah, and I end up feeling like I'm the only one who doesn't like them.
You are not alone, my friend. It's the Campari. The bitterness is what a lot of people like about it, but it's not for everyone's palate. I find it too bitter. I just can't even have a small amount in a drink. So I identify with you. It's not just you and me. There are dozens of us, I say. Dozens! So do you think you could make me one of those styles of drinks, but with your Campari substitute? Don't you worry, I've got just what you need. This is like a Boulevardier, but not a Boulevardier. It's called an all-in. Alright, then I'm all in. There are 4 main components to this drink, and I'm going to use all Australian versions. There's a lot of room for substitution with different spirits and whatnot in this, but hey, let's go local because we can. People in other parts of the world may use their own local variations, but I'm going to use Australian components, and we're starting with a rye whiskey. I'm going to use straight rye whiskey from the Gospel Distillery in Melbourne. It's a really nice drop, about 45% alcohol, 90 proof, slightly higher than some other spirits, and it's got great flavors. We're going to put in 2/3 of an ounce, around 22.5 mils of rye whiskey. Mixing up the whiskies, you could use a bourbon here, but like I said, I want to use all local ingredients. This is from the Starward Distillery. It's their Fortis whiskey. It's 50%, so 100 proof. So this is going to give a bit of punch to the drink, and it's got great flavors as well, matured in wine barrels. And same amount as the rye, we're going to add 2/3 of an ounce, 22.5 mils of whiskey. To this, we want to add a dry-ish vermouth. I'm going to go with Maiden Eye's Classic Vermouth, and it's the same amount. This is equal parts for these 4 main components. So once more, 2/3 of an ounce, or around 22.5 mils of vermouth. This is where Campari lovers or likers would use Campari, but I'm going to do a substitute because we both agree on the bitterness thing. I'm going to use this one, Autonomy's Native Australian Amaro. It's in the same ballpark. It's a bitter aperitif, but it's made with Australian botanicals, and it's not as harshly bitter as Campari. So I think you'll find this to your liking. Same deal, we're going to add 2/3 of an ounce, 22.5 mils of the Amara. This is a cheeky little final touch. It's going to soften the bitterness again. Going to add some white crème de cacao. Just half an ounce or 15 mils, but this is taking it just a little step further away from a traditional Boulevardier. So final touch, half an ounce, 15 mils of white crème de cacao. We add ice to our stirring glass, and we're going to stir that quite a while, about 30 seconds, because this is all booze. So besides chilling, we do want to dilute it. Is that someone's finger you're stirring with? This is a cast of Gaz Regan's finger. He was a very famous bartender, and rumour has he was known to stir Negronis with his finger when he was busy. But you don't stir with your own finger. Not usually, no. Anyway, as I stir, what do we do? Eye contact? How you liking that? Is that a bit much? Feeling a bit self-conscious yet? It's a lot of eye contact. Honestly, yeah, it's a bit much. I am feeling uncomfortable now. Strain that into a rocks glass over a big chunk of ice, and there you have your all in. Oh, that's really good. It has that little bit of bitterness, but it's not overpowering. Oh, I'm really enjoying this. I feel like I owe you a tip now. You know what's better than a tip? Subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'll go one better than that. I'll get my friends to subscribe. Any decent person who enjoyed your drink would do that. I'm glad you enjoyed the drink, and I'm glad to have you here, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Cheers. Is it just me, or is there something a bit weird here? It's like simultaneously, I feel like I'm the only one here, but I, hear people all around me. It's just something a little bit weird while I'm here. There is something I'm still getting used to about this place. I'm never completely sure what's going on. I'm not really feeling like I'm part of it yet. Maybe that'll come with time.